talking about selling courses and books in your tech business and how to not take a $100,000 hit on that quote unquote good idea. Hi, I'm Lillian Pearson, and I am a business coach to tech entrepreneurs and aspiring tech entrepreneurs. Before getting started today, I just want to tell you that everything I'm saying here today is said with love and said because I have experienced both the good and bad aspects of selling courses and books in my tech business. So I just wanted to come on and help you guys get ahead so you don't have to learn the hard way like I did, okay? So to tell you a little bit about why I'm qualified to speak on this topic, I've written 4 books. I have 4 published books. 1 I was self-published and 3 were published through Wiley. The first one, the self-published book, was basically a fail. It was a travel book, and I wrote it back in 2012. The other 3 books were from Wiley publishers. We've had about 250,000 readers, if not more. Those are on the topics of data science and big data. Okay, and then in terms of courses, I had an R course that I did back in 2014, which I just created myself, and I didn't take a program to figure out how to create a signature, whatever. I wasn't too proud of it, so I just took it down within 6 months, and maybe I made $3,000 in sales. And now I have 5 courses with LinkedIn Learning, all on data science. I earn $3,000 a month in royalties on those courses, and we've scaled to 750,000 learners. I've also pre-sold a program for $90,000 in less than a year, less than actually 8 months. So I have a lot of experience doing it the wrong way, and I have a good bit of experience doing the right way, and I wanted to help you guys out here and tell you how to do this. Let's start with how not to do it, okay? What you don't want to do is create a bunch of content on something that you know about. So for me, I was a data scientist, so I created an R course. So it seems like it would make sense. Oh, I know how to do this coding language, or I know how to do this task, so I'm just going to make a course and sell it. Not a good idea. You do not start by creating the content and then spend 6 months creating this long course and then figure out who wants to buy it. And then start, after you've created the course and figured out who you want to try and sell it to, try to figure out how to sell it and at what price points, okay? So that is the exact opposite way that you should actually be doing things. And the way you should be doing this actually, I'm going to cover that in just a minute. But the problem with this approach, which is, it seems like the natural, intuitive way of doing it, is that you actually, if you don't nail down who your dream client is going to be for that offer, then you don't actually know who you're creating the course for, or what is the main transformation of that course. So if you want to create a $10 Udemy course and get, with the affiliates, get $6 off of each time your course is sold and spend a year making that, then that's up to you. But if you want to build a high-end program where you're able to charge $3,000, $5,000, you can't just teach them how to code something. You have to teach them how to get a transformation, a high-value upgrade in their career, in their lifestyle, in their business. And so there has to be a transformation. It can't just be like a skill course, okay? So you're not building a Udemy course, which is task-oriented. And before you even create the course, you need to know how you're going to, who is this specific person you're building it for? What's the transformation, and how are you going to reach them? And you've got to start creating those connections, and start warming up that audience while you're creating the program, right? Because what's going to happen if you do it the other way around and just start creating a course and you've got some general tech audience, and then you decide 6 months later, you come up and you say, oh, I've got this course for sale. They're going to be like, okay, so all this time you were talking random stuff about this coding language and that that methodology, and now you're saying you have a course on this specific thing, and they're going to just be confused, right? They don't understand what is your mission in your business, what are you really trying to achieve, and how this course not only helps them but also fits in with what you're doing in your business. So the last thing about doing it this way is basically it's going to be a low cost course, which means low profits and high marketing requirements. So you're likely not going to be able to afford to keep marketing it. So you might as well just offer tax services in your business, because the profit margins are going to be so low and the marketing requirements are going to be so high. Okay. So that is the problem with doing it just the way that most people think they're going to create a course. Let's talk about how you should do it in order to actually be able to be highly profitable and to scale a business and an audience, okay? Number one thing you need to do is figure out, okay, who is my ideal client and what is the transformation that they are going to get by taking this course? So what is the before and after? Or reading a book, what is the transformation they're going to get from reading the book? It's the same, the difference between a book and a course is basically just the vehicle and the formatting. I mean, that's not the topic of this go live. So nail down who it's for, what's the transformation, and then you need to start building that audience up and nurturing those connections while creating the content, so that when you do come out with this end product, it makes sense to them that like you're offering this transformation in your business, because they've seen you over time, continuing to like share knowledge and be a thought leader on that exact same topic. And so they're like, oh, okay, so yeah, I get this. Now it doesn't matter if you are selling a course or a book, and if you're self-publishing or selling it yourself, or if you're having a partner sell it for you, always you want to nail down the ideal client, transformation, who your audience is, and start building that up, right? Now, let's talk about the different ways you can do this. So you can self-sell your courses, which means you own the course and it's your course to market. It's also your course to keep the profits on, right? And so there is an extremely high profit potential if you are good at marketing when you just create a course and sell it yourself. But you cannot just create the whole course and then figure out, who you're going to sell it to and at what price point. That is not the way to do it. What you need to do is create like 1/3 of the course and then do some pre-sales and figure out how well is this course selling and who is it selling with, and really tweak your marketing and make sure that this is going to be successful. And if your pre-sales don't go well, then cancel and give a refund. Then you got to try again and figure out, okay, at what point did this effort fail? Now, if you pre-sell the program and you get too many sales and you're like overwhelmed with clients, I've seen people have that problem too. It's not a bad thing. You just need to bring on a team, but then you'll have the revenues to do that. So that is the best way to go about selling, self-selling courses. So I've done that, and that's my experience on it. Now, in terms of having your partner, like forming a partnership with a high-end brand and then making the course for them and having them sell it for you. I did something like that with LinkedIn Learning. And this is a good thing because it has a potential to really scale and reach, and it's also a good credibility builder. So if you have, I would not go with like something like Pact, but if you can create a course with like O'Reilly or some other really high-end tech brand, and you have a course with them, that's going to be good for your business and your credibility. It's also going to scale your reach. So later on, this is actually going to be able to help scale your revenues in your business. So it's not, it's a good thing. However, you cannot expect very great profits for something like this. So there's low profit margin because they actually own the course and they take on the marketing, like all the marketing requirements. It's high credibility for your brand. The potential impact is high. So like I said, my My online courses through LinkedIn have like 750,000 learners. So that's very rewarding. And there's basically no marketing requirement. At least you can get it set up that way. And that is a big draw because you want to have your, you need to be valuing your time. And so if you can, get some residual income without any extra marketing requirements and stuff, that's going to be nice, right? Now, let's talk about self-publishing and self-selling books. Now, there is potential for lead gen and using your books for cross-sells. I've self-published. There's a high marketing requirement. You got to get out there and market it all the time. And really, a book is very low cost, so it's a low profit margin. It's generally not worth it. But there are ways to sell it, and there's also ways to do a growth hack to use it to scale audience for your business. So what you want to do is you could bundle that book that you wrote in with other offers in your business, and then you can sell it that way. Maybe through ads funnels or something like that. You can also use it as a 99-cent lead gen on Amazon. So if you self-published, you can get that book on the market for like 99 cents or whatever the lowest is there, 59 cents. Get a bunch, make sure it's super high value, really pour your heart and soul into it. Get a tons of reviews, and then that's going to be like a lead gen machine for your business. And then you just send the traffic straight over to your business, where then you can use that as a basis for a high ticket program. So it would be the fundamentals for it would be like the lead gen for your bigger program, right? You can also use a book for basically to generate leads for speaking gigs, which you can then charge $5,000, $10,000 per keynote. So that's another way to make money off of self-published books. Use it for the basis of a signature program. And a nice thing about self-published books is if you do it in any of the ways I just named here, then it's got a low marketing requirement. So that's nice, but you're not going to make a ton of money off of a self-published book, but it has its upsides. Now let's talk about being published and having a partner sell your book. So I did this in the case with Wiley. So this is sort of like having a partner sell your courses. There's potential for scale and reach as well as credibility. Now that then can spill over into your business and mean big money for you in the future. So it's kind of working like lead gen on your behalf. There's like very, very low marketing requirements, particularly if you have a good publisher, but it's low profit, okay? So you're not going to make a lot of money from writing a book. It's basically just a credibility builder if you get a published book out there. And also, it's high impact, so you can really help a lot of people. Say these books I did with Wiley have, 250,000 readers, and all over the world. When I travel, I will meet people and they will say like, oh, this is the book, Data Science for Dummies, the data professionals here, like we actually have been reading it. It's rewarding, okay? But you're not going to make a lot of money from the books either. That doesn't mean don't do them. That means just recognize what they're there for and make sure to structure your business in a way that you really get, maximum value for that work that you have put into that product. All right, so that was my talk on courses and books in your tech business, and I am going live every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I would love to take your questions. If you have any questions in the meantime, please just put them in the comments or send them to me in DMs. And, but yeah, you're definitely going to want to show up tomorrow because I am going to be dishing it dirt on bad business coaches and blind leading the blind. So I'm going to be telling you about like 6 telltale signs you need to watch out for based on my experience, because I had a bad experience hiring a business coach and I've had amazing experiences. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And I look forward to seeing you then.